A lot of people were surprised when they found out that you've been signing your name as Champ 2011. How did that come about?
I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that that you can speak things into existence. And I believe that when you know where you're going and you know what you want, the universe has a way of stepping aside for you. And me signing my signature with Champion 2011 on it, it can't hurt me. It can't hurt me. It could only help me to believe it even more. So yeah, I mean, it works for me.
You've been saying something that I find to be very interesting, that the butterflies in your stomach are in formation.
Right.
I've never heard that before. I think it makes a lot of sense. What do you mean by that? Elaborate.
What I mean by it? Okay, so the butterflies in formation, basically it means when you have butterflies and you're feeling anxious and you have anxiety or nervous, that's when you're most powerful, I believe. And either you can... you're most powerful. So a lot of people, instead of homing this power and using it, they allow it to just consume them. There's another quote that says, a big challenge or big pressure is like a fire. It's like a raging fire. Either you can allow this fire to consume you and just take you over completely, or you can gain control of this fire and harness it, and you blow it right at your opponent like it's Dragon Ball Z style. All right, so that's what I'm trying to do. I try to get my emotions under control and use this adrenaline to my advantage.
I believe that I'm going to stuff his takedowns, and if he does take me down, I believe that I'll be amazing on my back. Just got to think for the best and train for the worst.
What do you think the sport's going to be, when UFC 200 rolls around? And where do you think you're going to be 9 years from now, 10 years from now?
I'm hoping to be a champion.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be a champion. I'm believing that I'll be a champion. I would love to grab the belt and hang on to it and, be the next GSP or be the next Silva and, keep the fans excited. The UFC is growing, and it's just a tremendous thing to be a part of. It's changed my life, and I embrace what it is.
Jones to the body, and it is all over. Jon Jones is the youngest champion in UFC history. Wow. He is the present and he is the future, and he might be the greatest talent that we've ever seen in the UFC. Jon Jones, the new UFC light heavyweight champion.
That feels so good. The testament is that dreams can come true, guys. They really can. Believe in yourself, believe in your heart. And once you get there, don't slow down.
Meditate, Jon.
It comes true, everybody.
I used to meditate a lot. Now I'm more big into visualization.
When did you used to meditate?
Right around 2010, 2011. I went through this huge spiritual thing where I became obsessed with the power of the mind, and I got into it deep, like really deep, just meditation, visualization, and just realizing how powerful our minds actually are, like how we really do paint our world with our thoughts and our level of self-belief. And so right around 2010, so I took myself from being very average-minded to actually believing that I was the shit, and believing that I could be the shit and that I could be the GOAT and be the greatest and never lose. I took myself to a different place mentally, and a lot of it came from mental practice and meditation and visualization and just seeking knowledge from people who are strong believers, guys like Les Brown and Tony Robbins and guys like that. I just became really obsessed with just learning about the power of the mind. So I used to meditate. Now I just I have a lot of things that stuck with me, a lot of ways of believing that stuck with me that just subconsciously I know who I am, what I'm capable of, and how I believe, and how powerful my mind actually is.
I wear this tattoo on my chest, Philippians 4:13, that I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I genuinely believe that I can do anything. And I'm not surprised that I'm still here. And I believe that I could possibly be here a decade from now.
Wow. You still want to, in your mind, you don't have an end point.
Nah, there'll be an end point. There will be an end point, but I believe I'll go out on top for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a goal? Like GSP?
Yeah, I've already won, Ariel.
Right.
At this level, I could retire today, and I've already won.
What do you mean by won?
I've won, man. I'm getting my life together. My kids love me. My old lady loves me.
You know, I'm surrounded by people who love me, friends and family. I've already had a successful career, and I just say here today victorious.
It's amazing for a guy who I believe was a janitor, right? And you got into this because you needed to get some money for diapers, right?
Yeah, I was applying to. I was a bouncer actually, making $50 a night, and I was applying to be a janitor because I would have benefits.
Wow.
And right when I was waiting to get the call back, someone wrote me on Twitter, a guy named Gary, a kid that I never met, and he said, "Hey, my cousin owns an MMA gym in Cortland, New York, which is about 45 minutes away. Didn't have a car, and I was driving my fiance's car to commute over to these practices. I got that phone call on a Saturday night, and I was heading to my first practice that next Monday. The kid changed my life forever. He just planted a seed in my MySpace and changed my life forever.
Why'd he reach out to you? Just like that?
God's grace, man.
Wow. You were not training at all?
Not training at all.
About to have a baby, right?
About to have a baby, applying to be a janitor. And
janitor for what building? Do you remember?
I think it was like Lockheed Martin.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this guy writes to you and says...
I had a picture on my MySpace, and I had been weightlifting a little bit, and I had a hat on backwards, and I had some UFC gloves on, and I was posing, you know, being a poser.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And something in them said, "Yo, let me see if Jon would be interested." And I took the idea and I ran with it, and that's how God works sometimes.
Why, and how old were you?
I was about 19.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. It was like one of the best years of my life, man, because I went from a very average thinking person, like just an average 19-year-old, to getting. I don't like reading, so I literally got on all these TED Talks and on YouTube, and I just started YouTubing videos about self-belief and what does it mean to be confident, and what does it mean to be a winner, and how do you become a winner. And I would watch hours and hours of Tony Robbins and Les Brown and TED Talks, and I taught myself how to believe in myself and how to think that I was greater than just this kid that was a dropout who, you know, never really had great grades, never really was the starter, never was the captain of a team. It was just always kind of this average person, and overnight I taught myself that I could be great and change myself forever. I'm forever grateful. I'm never going back.
Wow. Did you have low self-confidence?
I didn't have low self-confidence, no, but I needed to have extraordinary confidence to do what I was getting ready to be doing.
Would that kid have believed that all this would have happened?
I don't think he knew that he was changing my life by giving me an idea.
Yeah, it took a couple of years for you to believe it as well, probably too.
Yeah, I think when I fought Stephan Bonner is when I really dug into the power of the mind and how important it is to look at yourself in a high regard and to believe that first you can. And that's when I started to fly.